What's up, suckers? Today, someone actually posted on my wiki, the multibox forums, the 5-minute multiboxing forums, a question. Hey, I'm messing around with Paladin and 4 Warlocks to try to pet tank dungeons. Was using Lazy Pig Multibox that has a feature that lets you mark targets for your pets to focus on. Your setup is more robust in every other way, but I can't figure if there's a way to assign pets in this way. They keep switching to my current target. Well, that's true. That's how the code was written. But I thought about this while I was at work today, and I thought, you know what? I can write some code so the pets will behave as off tanks. So that's what I did. And I was just going to roll into BRD to test it out. So why don't we just go test it out together? All right, so here's a good test. Here's a couple of guys. And let's buff up a little bit. We look good. All right, so you do it. This only works. I wrote it so this only works if you have no real off tanks. If you have any real off tanks, the pets aren't going to off tank. All right, but if you have no real off tanks, Warlock pets will off tank, and if you have no Warlocks, Hunter pets will off tank. So here we have a party. This is my main is a mage right in the middle. We have no plate, all right, in this party. This is a mage. We got a healing shaman right over here on the right, and we got 3 warlocks with 3 void walkers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say F4, Brutality will be taking the star. F4 again, Brutality R will be taking the star. And then I'm going to switch targets, and this is going to be our main target. I'm going to say F4 again, and now Brutalio will be tanking the condom. Now I'm going to hit Alt 1 a couple of times to make sure everybody's really focused on that guy. Now I'm just going to shoot. Look at that. Look at that. The pets did exactly what I asked them to do. The main Voidwalker is over there. Oh, he goes to the other target when he's done. And wow. Dude, that turned out so well. I'm really pleased. I mean, we're in BRD here with no plate, 5-man team, and I'm wondering really how far we can go with this. So let's just see how far we can go. And notice the warlocks are shooting at my main target while the Voidwalkers tank. Wow, that's so good. Damn, I'm good. Oh man, that's pretty thrilling. Now, of course, here we really don't have to be very precise with all this, but that's all right. We will do this one at a time anyway. Now, to those of you who don't have a lot of experience running off tanks, obviously this is a big boon to 5-manning, and you may not know how to control the off tanks. F4, all right, assigns an off tank. F6 takes it back, says, nope, I'm going to clear my target, right? Then if you go F4 again, the next off tank takes the target. F6, and he clears his target. And it'll just keep going, cycling around your off tanks until it gets around the horn again. Now, let's say you've assigned a bunch of off tanks. This is a 3-pack, right? And you've decided, forget it, I'm going to go somewhere else. F7 clears everybody. Sometimes it leaves a a skull on one of the targets, just hit it again and the skull goes away. So let's do a 3 tank. Let's see how this works out. Oops. Okay, he did. The guy who finishes tanking his target clears his off tank and goes and helps the main target. I didn't write that. That's just how Blizzard runs it. I wrote the clearing the off tank part. No doubt. Oh wow, this is going to be a big one right here. So we're going to assign an off tank to that guy, an off tank to that guy, and then we will kill the doggies. And you know, these guys are such good tanks that a lot of times they'll tank more than one thing. I mean, they throw taunts around like mad. The Void Walkers, if they see warlocks are getting hit, they get pissed off and they go taunt them. Look at that. We didn't even take a single hit. Oh, hi. What's up, Dark Apple? This is VG. Yeah, that's where we play. And Wow Maxco says, hey, I was wondering why you never played on Retro WoW, or I might not have seen it. Anyway, because you have instant 60s there, and they've recently updated their core, making the raids more Blizz-like. Yeah, this is VG. So, yeah, Retro WoW, huh? Instant 60s, huh? That sounds interesting. Interesting. Do you hear that, Eli?
Yeah, I've actually played on the server before.
Eli says he's played on that server a couple years ago. Do they allow multiboxing on Retro WoW, Maxco?
I feel like that doubt meme is in mine.
You feel like what?
The doubt meme.
The doubt meme is in mind? What's the doubt meme?
It's just it's from a video game. It says press X to doubt.
Oh, press X to doubt? Yeah, alright, I'm pressing X to doubt. So he says he's not sure. Alright, my Void Walkers are going out and tanking the plate wearers up there, and look how they tank. I mean, my gosh, this is amazing. They are heroic. I guess I'm gonna have to get a whole health funnel thing going. Let's do this one. Whoever this guy's tanking. Oh, why is my target of target not showing? Why is my target of target not showing? That's weird. Okay. That was weird. I don't know why target of target was off. I thought I configured that. Am I sitting in my office in multiboxing? No, sir. This is my domain. This is my living room. There's Eli over there. We're gonna roll some streams on Live WoW this week and show how Eli is using the changes to Live WoW to absolutely wreck up the place with his level 60 twink. And by wrecking up the place, I mean he is actually winning duels against level 110s. I'm lost. I am lost. I'm lost as fuck, man. Alright, so let's see how it goes when we don't even assign off tanks. Alright. This is a controlled experiment, and we're going to see what happens. The Void Walkers are doing nothing because they are passive. And actually, that's kind of a surprise to me. I thought the Void Walkers would roll attacks. Huh. That is a surprise. Oh, I know why. I have a slight bug in my code. Alright, so I sick 'em target if oh, you know what? This needs to go outside the loop. That's what it is. That needs to go outside the loop. I'll answer your question in a second. And we don't need sick 'em target down. Oh. Oh, okay. No. No, we don't want to do that quite. Because then they'll start. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to put another sick 'em target down here. Okay, lock multi, lock AoE. Yeah, we got the second sick 'em target. Oh, it seemed to be only a problem with lock single. For some reason I took it out of lock single. This is good. This is good. So this is lock single, yes. Alright, that was just a problem with lock single. I'm going to reset the warlocks. Hey, Chris Bennett. Eli is my son. He is a really good WoW player, good PvPer, very good twinker, and try-hard exploit finder. And he found all the exploits for this patch for level 60s. So we are having a lot of fun there. Oh, I hit F1. Right. I hit F1, and the reason that it gave me a nil value on F1 is because I have no... F1 is crowd control. And actually, you know what? That's wrong. F1 should work. So 60 at 46, I gotta look at this. F1 should work. MBCC current. Oh, I see. I see. MBCC current warlock. I'm trying to... Let me see what MBCC current maps to. So that's a table. That's what's in MBCC current. Basically, it's a counter. It's a ring counter, and so it keeps track of which person we're assigning the next CC to. And in this case, it's the zeroth warlock, and the zeroth warlock. Should be in the warlock class list. I wonder if I can't index by a number. Let's see if I can't index by a number. Print T MB class list. Working with tables is just so fraught in Lua. It's one of the hardest things you learn to do. Alright, there's my warlock table. My classless warlock table is correct. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, there's no 0. There's no 0. So MBCC current needs to start at 1 and go back to 0. That's what it is. And go back to 1, I mean. Because tables don't have a 0th element. So let's set all the MBCC currents to 1. Same with MB fear current. And just another one of those froth things with working with tables. Let's find MB.star current and make sure all of these start at 1. I made a lot of optimizations to the code today while I was working on this one problem. So, Shaman are going to run a lot faster. That is one thing. Possibly the easiest multiboxing tool. Ah, thanks. Who's this? Oh, is that Maxco? Yeah, all right, Maxco, man, thanks. That's really nice. I'm trying to make it easy. I'm trying to make it truly 5 minutes. Please believe me, I'm doing my best here, but I think what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is really comb through the code and refactor it all and make it all faster. Okay, so I'm going to do something fancy right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to CC one of the demons, and then I'm going to off tank one of the demons, the other demons. How about that? And we'll see if that works out just fine. Just got to make sure I'm doing all these indexing changes correctly. I think it's done. I haven't added hunter fear to the mix yet. Hunters can fear animals, and I don't know why, but I haven't added it. It's not like it's going to be that hard. Let's reset everybody. Okay, now crowd control should be working again. That's my big fear is, when you make a bunch of changes, you break something. And so really have to test it out. All right, so this guy, Brutalia is going to immobilize that guy. This guy we'll put a tank on. This guy we'll put a tank on. All right, and we'll leave the other tank free. So we're just going to shoot. And the warlocks are not shooting. And the tanks didn't move. So the warlocks keep saying another action's in progress. Well, target needs to be in front of you, that's true. The one dog did get CC'd. Oh, you know what happened? You know what happened? Yeah, Brutalia was assigned to both CC and tank. I'm not sure about that. Let's hit F6 to take the CC off. So obviously, may possibly still a little work here to do, and the The Voidwalker stayed steadfastly still. And I'm still not sure about that. So let's try another pull where we don't do any Voidwalkers. We don't do any assignments. Look, the Voidwalkers are just standing there. They're standing there in what mode? Well, we don't know because their pet bar went away. I'm going to have to dismiss these Voidwalkers. That's the first bug I've ever seen on vanilla gaming. Right on, Max Go. That's exactly what I was going for. I dismissed those pets, but as you can see, they didn't dismiss. So let's look at Sick'em Target. The main function that sends pets is called Sick'em Target. All right, if unit health pet is less than 1, that means your pet's dead. Then return. If is Alt key down, then pull your pet back. So if you hold Alt key down, your pet should follow you and stop fighting. Else, if target is in combat or table length, or you have an off-tank target assigned to you, or your focus, like you're the boss of the raid or party, then pet attack target, pet move fast. Notice the pets are always normally in passive. So they have to be told to attack. I think this is the reason. But lock single tells them to attack, I think. Single. Okay, so lock single says, alright, if you are assigned a tank target, then sick them. Alright, sick your off-tank target. Fine. But even if you're not assigned a target, down here it says, if target in combat or I am focus, then sick 'em target. So I don't know why they're not sick'eming target. Are they in combat? Yes, everybody's in combat. But, oh geez, maybe that was it. And look at this, they're not doing anything. Ooh. I'm just hitting the 5 button. The, whew, that's a good thing I have tier 1 gear on. The pets aren't doing anything, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to burn my Voidwalker crystals. I'm going to sometimes dismiss doesn't work. Like I'm trying to dismiss them. Not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn. I'm going to change them all to imps. But they're not going to. See, that's the problem. They don't summon a pet unless their current pet is gone. So I've got to make their current pet gone somehow. Oh, no, I don't. I can just open my spellbook up and force them to summon a pet. Why didn't I think of that? Let's get the imp out. Now, when I'm happy with this code, I'll throw it up on the site. I've made a bunch of changes to healing since the last time I put code up, so it should be pretty good. Now, notice all the pets are normally on passive. All my pets are on passive. I need to think about what to do about that, because we don't want pets going off and pulling and stuff like that, but we also want our voidwalkers to defend us when we're in dungeons. I mean, we want them to defend us like mad when we're in dungeons. So let's look at everything that turns a pet to passive. All right. Okay, setup. The setup key puts your pets on passive. That's the one key. Alt puts your pets on passive. Lock setup puts your pets on passive. Let's say if demon type equals void walker, then pet defensive mode, else. And we want pet to be defensive for succubus too. Or demon type equals suck. Wow. Wow. This guy, he's like totally wrapped up in Slay the Spire. I don't know if you've seen Slay the Spire on Steam. It's a deck building game, PVE deck building game, and it's a masterpiece. It's really very good. Oh, what happened to that other server? It died. It died. That's Project Azeroth. 80 characters into the void. Remember, I ran a 40 versus 40 Alterac Valley on Project Azeroth, where I was controlling all 80 characters on both sides of Alterac Valley. That's all gone. That is all gonzo. Yeah, that was a good day, man. I was just like, we were having so much fun. Okay, let's summon our Voidwalkers. See, what happens is when you do a reset UI, when you have pets out, it wrecks the pets. So I'm gonna force summon Voidwalkers. It wrecks the pets bars on vanilla gaming, and they don't actually fix bugs here, so just gotta live with whatever bugs there are. Normally it doesn't matter if that you can't see the pet action bars, because the pets are still going to do what you tell them to do. But my pets haven't been doing what I tell them to do. So okay, I'm saying pet defensive. Is pet defensive not the right thing? Let's try. Run pet defensive mode. That worked. Did I misspell it in hotkey some extent? Then if demon type equals voidwalker or demon type equals succubus, then pet defensive mode. Okay, did I not set the demon type? I may not have set the demon type after reset. That might be it. Because demon type defaults to imp. Alright. Bam! Come on, sucker. Bam? Not bamming. Alright, let's print it then. we're going to print. We're going to do some code debugging here. And this is how you debug code. /run and run your line of code. If daemon, let's just print daemon type. Print daemon type. This is the daemon that I currently have selected to summon. Nil. Nil. Why is my daemon type nil? That would do it. That would do it. Oh, it says daemon type is no longer used here. It is kept for backward compatibility. I'm making notes to myself. Oh, crap. Well, how do I set my... Oh, what am I checking? What am I checking for? I must have a variable for it. So let's look up summon daemon. All right. It says MB default warlock pet. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Boss on the first turn? You're a crazy man. Voidwalker. All right, that's the thing. MB default. I was using the wrong thing. Don't use daemon type. It's just there for stupidity's sake. Actually, you know what? I'm getting rid of it. Okay. There's no more daemon type in the game. All right, got rid of that. All right, fine. Now when we hit the 1 key, all my warlocks better have their pets in defensive. In defensive. Notes never hurt nobody, says. Okay, 1 key. Well, my Voidwalker pet bars are gone. Let's just see if it works by having these guys attack. Now the Voidwalker should be fully defensive, and they're not. This is actually going to be crazy. Voidwalkers are still standing doing nothing, but I bet that's because they went back to being defensive on the reset. So I'm going to have to dismiss them. I'm going to have to summon over them. That's what I'm going to have to do. So let's resummon them. I have plenty of shards, so I'm not really worried about it. It's just a shame. And I can always get more shards on this server by going outside and dueling shaman and killing totems, draining totems. Okay, look, they were passive. They were stuck on passive. You know, it's pretty clear that the pet stance commands don't work when that pet bar is gone. So, did I write that? Or is that a command? Pet passive defensive. No, that's a command. So these are actual API commands that don't work. Oh, my shit's still not working. My shit's still not working. Man, that's going to cost me another shard. Alright, so... what'd I do wrong? I still did something wrong. MB default warlock pet. Did I spell it right? Imp. After the reset, I didn't click void to make them all their default warlock pet. Remember, that variable only holds what I've told them to summon next. It doesn't hold what they have out currently, because I can't know what they have out currently. That's not in the API. Yeah, I don't know how to find out what pet I currently have out. Okay, now if I hit the 1 key, yes, they're all defensive. Very good. Everything's cool. Now we're going to pull this group, and we're just going to let the Voidwalkers do their job. And the Voidwalkers go off and do their job because they're in defensive now. And they do a really good job. Okay, this is what this is how I wanted it to work. So that bug is fixed. There are no known bugs now. The shit is working. Let's have some fun and have one of them summon a succubus. We're gonna bust out a succubus. Uh-oh. We got a guy coming. It's Lord Rockor. Get that succubus out here. And uh-oh. Okay, there are no known bugs. I was gonna say there's a known bug now. The shadow bolts weren't bolting, but no, they're bolting. Let's go kill a mini boss. What's the first mini boss I can get to? Isn't there a mini boss right here in the center entrance area, Eli? The first boss in BRD. Okay, we're gonna assign some tanks because that's why we're here, right? We're here to see the thing's tank. And look, there goes the succubus. Is the succubus doing her guy? I'm not sure. I think we need to be more careful with succubus. That's Brutaliar. Let's see if the succubus distracts her guy, if you know what I mean. Whoa, multi-box run. Sometimes when you're multi-boxing, guys will run off. They'll get stuck in run mode. Whoa. Succubus ran. Oh, geez. This is going to be a wipe. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nobody's doing anything. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Ah, but I have reincarnate. Oh. Yeah, maybe my guys can do this. Nope. No, that was a multi-box run. Who's still shooting? Come on, are you saying I didn't get any water? Oh my gosh. Didn't get any water. Well, that's very interesting. That worked well. Uh-oh, what's this? Attempt to concatenate field, nil value, 1088. I don't like errors in my code, even if they happen because somebody died at the wrong moment. So alright. Unit in raid. And just make sure all of these are not nil values before you print. That's the key. So as long as all those are not null values, it will do those. Else if are you playing on multiboxing classic? No, man, because they took the programming API out of the mix in classic, in the new classic WoW, so it kind of crushed all of our dreams. And yes, it's a very sad story, and that's the 10:40 p.m. reset. Yep. So do not be alarmed. We're just going to log right back in. Let's see. Is this right? Yes, that is right. We don't like error messages. If you ever see error messages, you let me know. Yeah. So I would love to play on classic WoW, but it's not going to happen because they threw out all the good parts of vanilla WoW in their plan to implement classic WoW. They decided, nope, we're not going to use the old server. We're not going to use the old client. We're not going to have any of the very nice stuff. Uh-oh, I did something wrong. 133. What did I do wrong? Insert. You know what? There is something still wrong with the first implementation of the table sort. So what we'll do is, to get the table to recalculate, I'll just kick somebody out of the party and bring it back in, and that should get the table to recalculate. Well, it got it to recalculate already, alright, but it came up with the same error. This goes back to tables. Tables are really complicated beasts, and I wonder why it was all working before. Let's maybe reload. And reloading, we didn't get the error. What the hell does that mean? Now if we get this guy out of the party, bring him back in, no, we get the error. Let's print the table and see if the table actually went in okay. Yeah, we want to hit void walkers. And succubus for her. Trade some water. Yes, Annie, and I am running 5-mans, and the sorcery is this. We have pet tanking. I'm running 5-mans without tanks, without any plate armor at all. And the reason is we now have pet tanking working. But is it though? I mean, it has been working, but there seems to be some issue in the code. Let's look at run print table. That's print t mb class list. This is the list I create. This is the table I create every time the party changes or we log into the game. And it looks good. Now it looks good. Think, Todd. Think. All right. We'll get back to that issue. I think we're okay. All right. Let's see how these tanks look. Is this a 4 tank? This is a 4 tank. So we'll do 1. Who has the succubus? I don't want to touch hers. Brutaliar's target. Condom. Well, that's an issue. The succubus stands back and bombs. And the succubus is not really bombing its target. She's in defensive, but she's not really sticking to her target. Her target's supposed to be condom. Is she on the condom? Oh, yeah, I guess she is on the condom. You can't look at the target of the warlock and know what the target of the pet is. You have to look at the target of the pet, and maybe I wasn't actually looking at the target of the pet there. Are we killing all these guys, or is there a mini-boss right here? Isn't there a mini-boss here somewhere? We already killed Lord Rocco, but... Tank. And you know what? The fun's over with the succubus. She's not a very good tank. So this is a serious pull. We need a serious tank. And make sure she says, I'm setting my current pet to Voidwalker. You actually have to click the button, the Voidwalker button. Okay, and that guy over there is going to tank. And then we'll shoot the 4th guy? Oh, we'll sheep the 4th guy. I'm the tank. Can I sheep? I don't... Ice Flows is my only mage. I don't know what's going to happen if I try to sheep something. Ice Flows claims he's going to sheep that guy. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Ice Flows is casting about for targets while she's sheeping, and she let a Frostbolt go at a bad target, a target out of combat. And she's allowed to do that because she's the tank. So this is a side effect of sheeping something. One of the things that happens when you are told to sheep things is... All my Voidwalkers died. Whoa. Shoot that guy. Heal me! Oh, jeez. Turn the sheep off. Oh my gosh, we didn't wipe. That was a double pull with no tanks. Wow. Wow. A fairly hard-hitting pull down here in BRD. And I have mage armor on, not ice armor. I've got to make a little change there. If you have no tanks in your group, you should probably wear ice armor. Let's see if I can change that right now. I'm searching wrong. Okay. It says, if spell exists mage armor, then self-buff mage armor. I'm going to say, and MB real tanks in party. Okay, so if real tanks in party, do mage armor, else do one of the other armors. Now I've got to go do real tanks in party. Okay, so if ooh, I have an issue here in initialize class lists. This should be still working, but that's not the way you do it. You don't do that to test whether your table's null or not. You just check table length. All right, what did I come here for? MB tank, real tanks in party. Real tanks in party? What did I say? Okay, so if table length MB off tanks, no, that's not right. If is alive raid ID tank, then MB real tanks in raid equals true. MB real tanks in party. Now I'm going to say in raid. MB real tanks in raid. Alright, so if I have real tanks in raid, I do mage armor, otherwise I do ice armor. Okay, let's reset that and get my line 97 typo. I use 2 equal signs. You're only supposed to use 1 when you're assigning a value. You couldn't even get through the dead mines with your locks? Oh my gosh. That's horrible. And I didn't put an end. This is what you'll do when you're coding. I still do it, obviously. You'll forget to put ends on your if statements. Right there. There's no end. And I still do it. I still do it. I can't believe I still do it. So you're level 60, and you could not get through the dead mines with your warlocks. Were they naked? Okay, so nothing's going to change with mage armor until my party changes, and I recalculate the party. Okay, I've got to fix that bug. But it does seem to work. It does seem like the party's calculated. Now if I hit the 1 button, I should put on ice armor. Aha! Oh! What a guy. This shit works, motherfucker! Oh, you're level 17. No, that's hard. Dead Mines is super, super hard, dude. You're trying to get through Dead Mines with just warlocks? At level 17? That's not going to happen. Not without a lot of practice and a lot of savvy. So don't feel bad about that one. What did I do? Oh my gosh. I hit F1 instead of F4. Let's take all the things off. We'll assign tank targets now. Yeah, and that's another thing that happens in Dead Mines is if you don't put recklessness on the mobs, they run away and get more mobs. And I don't even think you have recklessness, the curse of recklessness at level 17. I don't know when you get that. It's much later, I think. So I do cast Curse of Recklessness as a matter of course, but I don't think you have it on your 17 warlocks. Oh, I did it again. That's fine. I kind of need to do that. I'm going to sheep one of the guys. And the off tanks are not... The condom off tank is not doing his job. Oh, is he... Condom off tank was a little bugged out. No, I don't want to shoot that guy. Now, because I am both a CC'er and the main tank, the main target caller, it's gonna be weird because I have to shift targets around to check whether my sheep is busted or not. And so it's not, the targeting's gonna be all wonky if you try to sheep with your main tank. But that's all right. It still worked. I mean, you saw it still worked. So. Zul'Farrak. By the time you get to Zul'Farrak, you will have Curse of Recklessness, and all you got to do is just make sure your warlocks target each mob in turn and get a Curse of Recklessness on them. You don't have to target each mob in turn. Just whoever you're shooting at who's going down, you're going to have a Curse of Recklessness on them, and they won't run away if you're using 5-minute multiboxing. Okay, we're going to do this a little differently. We are going to target... people are trading water. Everybody wants my water. We're going to target the guy who's not being off tank. So we are going to body tank the odd man out instead of sheeping him. And look at that. The guy the Voidwalker cast Suffering anyway as he went by. And so the Voidwalkers still were able to tank the odd man out. I'm talking quietly because my daughter Tina goes to bed early and she's right in that room, so I'm gonna have to like get another room or something. Get a room. Okay, this Voidwalker was a bad boy. Oh, we lost Voidwalkers. That's the problem. So the next step is healing my Voidwalkers while we're doing 5-mans. That's the next step. Automatically casting Health Funnel. I did it again. I was using crowd control, and that's not what I want to do. F7, tank, tank, tank. They don't seem to be going off and tanking their guys. It's not working the way it was before. I broke something. I should actually target somebody. You could also, you know what, one thing I can do, I could also make the healers heal pets when we are using pet tanks. That's actually a better idea. But my beautiful program isn't working as well anymore. Let's find out why. Brutality, you just assigned yourself to the condom. Right. My OT target is null, but it shouldn't be. Oh, it's a table. It's a table, not a variable. My OT target is 2. Alright, so that would be the condom. So why are you... Oh, you know why? I know why. Because he's on defensive. So I have to take him off defensive when he's an O-tier. So that he only attacks my guy. So... let's do that. Okay, so if I'm an OT, and if I'm a warlock or a hunter, so if I'm a warlock or a hunter, if class warlock, then pet passive mode end. I got my end in there. Okay. So when they're assigned OTs, they will go into passive mode, so they will only attack who they're supposed to attack. But I did reset, so that means I need to log out to get my pet bar without unsummoning my... will I lose my Voidwalker if I log out? We're about to find out. I want my pet bar back, though. That's happening. I will fix that, don't worry. Log back in, log back in, log back in. Vanilla gaming. Unbelievable. When you gracefully log out, you leave party. And when you log back in after you've left party in an instance, you get teleported back to your home base. Okay. I'm going to work hard on fixing that tonight. Alright, we can go try this over here though. In Badlands. Make sure everything works the way it's supposed to. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mount up, dumbasses. Come on, bros. Killing me here. Control 4 mounts up. Alright. That could have been a really tricky problem if I wasn't savvy enough to kind of figure out what it probably was right away. Because that kind of broke everything. You need to go somewhere where there are a lot of mobs I can pull all at once right here. So let's summon our void, and we did lose our void walkers, by the way. So summoning imp, we don't want to summon imps. We want to summon void walkers. So we already screwed it up. I'm gonna go force summon void walkers now because my routine won't overwrite a demon. Okay. Now we're gonna buff up and watch what the demons do. Demons are all in defensive mode, which is where we want them normally. Now when I off tank and send them, oh, what's gonna happen? Because nobody's gonna be in combat. This is the problem. No one's gonna be in combat because we're out in the world. So I don't think my demons are going to go off and try and pull. Or maybe they are, except they all went to the same guy. But are they passive now? They are passive. They started out right. I think I'm going to have to go back to BRD. Alright, let's do this. And now they're going to my target. Why are they going to my target? That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. So sick and pet. I know what's wrong actually. I'm only going to do that second Sikkim if I'm not an off-tanker. So that'll do it. Okay. That should get her done. Gonna reboot. I'm gonna lose my pet bars. But I think it will be okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it just doesn't work without pet bars. Let's resummon. This won't happen to you because all the code will be debugged and troubleshot, and so you won't keep losing your pet bars, believe me. But this happens to me all the time because I'm debugging code and I have to reload a lot. I was kind of bummed about playing on the server this week because I lost a T-Boo's Blazing Longsword again. Somebody knows my passwords or something and just extracts things from my bags once in a while. That's the second T-Boo's I've lost. So I don't know. I'm trying to hope for the best here, but yeah, and I can't change my passwords because I don't know my emails or anything like that. So just at the mercy of these people. Oh, look, everything works now. Oh my gosh, I got it right. Okay, one thing that doesn't work is if my off tank sees his guy die, he needs to go back into defensive mode. So if my off tank sees his guy die, it's back to defensive mode for him. I know how to do it. All this stuff I wrote today, just because that one guy on my forums asked the question and got me thinking. Okay, so anytime I set MB my OT target to nothing, like after combat, so this is after combat. I'm just gonna say if I'll just put the warlock code right there after combat. Okay, that's a good start. And then there's one other place I need it. table remove. Okay, so if numtargs equals 0, then also do that warlock code. There you go. There you go. There you go. So now they will behave completely right. And I have to reload again, which means I'm going to lose my pet bars and shit ain't going to work. And keep in mind that, you know, when you do lose your pet bars, none of this works. The pet tanking will not work. And that's only going to be a problem on vanilla gaming, because that's the only server that does this. Do I play Wrath of the Lich King? I'd like to. I mean, I'd love to multibox it, but it doesn't have an API. And you know, that's the thing. Since they're forcing me to learn how to use IS Boxer for Vanilla WoW, why would I play Vanilla WoW? I wouldn't. If I were going to pick any expansion of WoW to play and multibox, it would be Wrath of the Lich King. That was my favorite expansion. And it certainly wouldn't be vanilla. I'm here on vanilla because I can program and write all this code. It's fun. It's a hobby that's sort of related to what I do at work, because I do a lot of scripting at work also, and the language that I script in is very similar to Lua. Okay. We need to have somebody leave the party and get reinvited so that the tables get reinitialized. I guess we didn't need to do that. The tables got reinitialized when we reloaded. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Now, here's the thing. When the Voidwalkers kill this guy, they should then come assist. They shouldn't just go be passive. So that's what we're looking for. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. No, that didn't work. Oh, they are going. We killed the thing too fast to test that theory. Why did they all go to that one guy, though? I didn't like that. I didn't like that pull at all. I want to see them split up and do some off-tanking. Okay. Maybe I clicked too fast. I was just like rapid clicking at the beginning, and it kind of confused the off-tanks. Oh, see? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Thandok. What mode is he in? That's you, right? See, he wound up in passive mode. He should have wound up in... he should have wound up in defensive mode because of that line I put in. So that's still not working. Let's see. MB my OT target was null. Was null. I gotta do this a different way. I gotta do this a different way. Yeah, there's a smarter way to do this. So what's up, Neiman Eyes? I don't know how much of my streams you've watched, but yeah, I generally want to play something where I can exercise extreme control over everybody in my raid. And the fact is, even using IS Boxer and running games like Wrath of the Lich King, where you're not allowed to make any decisions in the game anymore based on what's going on in the world around you. You can't even make a decision based on how much rage you have, after Burning Crusade. With the arrival of Burning Crusade. Oh no, no, don't. Why are you being bad? Why are you being bad? Zarthik. It probably has something to do with things being out of combat, honestly. This is not a party situation, so everybody goes out of combat as soon as something dies, and people aren't generally in combat, so you really need to test this out in a dungeon setting or a raid setting. So, and nobody jumped on their mounts, so we're gonna go to a dungeon setting. I think I keep interrupting my mounting, probably because the warlocks interrupt their mount trying to cast their spell-based mount. So just click Alt 4 once with your warlocks. They're trying to cast their Dreadsteed. And it interrupts their attempt to get on their regular mounts. So I gotta rewrite that. I gotta make sure they don't try to cast their spell-based mounts if they have a mount in their bags. Yeah, pet tanking, man. This should help, a lot with people who are doing 5-manning. Pet off tanking. Think about it. If you're running a 5-man, and let's say you have a tank, right? You're rolling with plate. You've got all the pieces. Having an extra off tank in the form of a Voidwalker is amazing. That's an amazing boost to your survivability inside dungeons. Uh-oh. Someone's talking to me. On the wrong window. Quattro. Hey man, thank you very much for helping me with your tutorial. I just had one question about how I changed the spell priority for super macros. Spell priority. Change the spell priority. I wonder what he wants to do. Man, it is good not to cough. Oh, somebody else is signaling me. Go to bed, old man. It's still early. It's not time to go to bed yet. And anyway, tomorrow's my work from home day, so that's an hour I don't spend commuting in the morning. So I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. I got a nap today. The old man got a nap today. Alright, we're going to try to do this the stupid way. Ah, we survived. We live. We did the lava hop and we lived. You want to know Pro. Pro is not writing code for pet tanking. Pro is doing that lava hop jump and living with 40 boxes, which I have done in the past. We got a bit singed though, must admit. Kevin, did you steal my T-Boo's Blazing Longsword? One disappeared from my bags last week. I don't know who has my passwords, but I hope they're enjoying their ill-gotten gains. What's up, Adam Roy? There you are, man. Right on. All right. So are you watching? Because I'm going to show you. Okay, so let's say you want to change the way spells cast for a mage. What you do is you go in SM Extend and you find mage single. And notice that there's a bunch of different types of mage singles. There's mage fire single, there's mage frost single. Okay, not a bunch of different types. Two. Let's say you're a frost mage. You want to change the frost rotation, or a fire mage. Let's do that one. Go to mage fire single, and this is everything that he does when you press the 2 key once. All right. And here's what my mages do. You just read it in order. This is what they do in order. You can ignore most of this stuff at the top. It's like crowd control, code, and targeting and stuff like that. You don't care about that. But get down to this part where you actually see him cast something like if unit name equals powerful healing ward. This is the Jindu fight, right? Then I want to cast Fire Blast. If he's fire resistant, I maintain a list of fire resistant mobs, then cast Frostbolt, even if you're a fire mage. If we're on Jindu, then cast Scorch normally. Save your Fire Blast for powerful healing ward. And if you are less than level 60, then you want to stack cast Scorch. You want to cast 5 Scorches till you have a 5 stack of Scorch, and then cast Fireballs. All right. If you want to change that to something like, if I've got Pyroblast, I always want to use it. You would say cast Pyroblast. Now it's just going to go down this list in order and cast the first thing that it comes to, the first thing that works. It's going to do that. All right. And then it's done. You have to press the button again for it to do something else. Now it will continue going through the program. If there's something else in this block of code that doesn't have to do with casting, it will still execute it. It'll keep executing lines until it hits a return or the end of the function. What it won't do is cast 2 spells in one button press. All right? That's what it won't do. Save it, reload, and you have complete control over your loser. I fixed my heat issue, though it did involve taking a Dremel to my PC case. Oh, good. Are you listening to stream? I need to know if I can talk to that guy and stop chit-chatting, turning off my multiboxing. Oh, crap. I don't wanna type. Oh. Okay, he's getting on. Alright, let's see if I've broken everything. Okay, we have no Voidwalkers. Let's first make sure everybody's selected Voidwalkers. Summon our dumbass Voidwalkers. This guy's drinking. Enough drinking. Summon Voidwalkers. I'm in a terrible hurry. Okay. 2 Voidwalkers on the far guy. 1 Voidwalker on the near guy. Alright, seemed to work. Alright, everything worked there. I saw you had if alt press for mage AoE. Oh no, you know what? That was an old gambit I was using on Jindu, I think. Let's look at mage AoE. So if is alt key down, that means the mages don't actually AoE. I don't think I do that for lock AoE. Yeah, I only do that for mage AoE. I forgot why. I guess I didn't, for some reason I didn't want to do mage AoE at some point in the Jindu fight. And I don't use that, alright. I never hit alt 5. The only thing I use alt 5 for is to make tanks follow. I don't hit alt 5 in combat. Made my remaining 30 tunes, leveling them at the moment. Yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I don't have a good theory on what happened to T-Boos. I'm thinking, I mean, I have no really great ideas. I know that there's 1 or 2 other guys who has some of my passwords, so. Okay, this is Ring of Law. You'll farm me a new one, yeah. You just go to that T-Boos farm location. What do we gotta do to make the gate open? Won't it just open? I think it just opens. All of the different bosses are over here standing in a stack. We have a lot of guys, so maybe we should just try and go for it. I say we go for it. We've got our pet tanking on lockdown, and we'll shoot at Theldrin. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, I'm stopping. What am I supposed to do here? Don't do that. You don't understand, I have pet tanks now. Pet tanking is completely working. We'll have the pets tank the bosses. Maybe they won't survive. All right, so he has a plan. He's watching what I'm doing, and he has a plan. Okay, what do I do here? Oh, there's a scorpion over there. Oh. So you're saying, yeah, wait, there is a boss. Look right, kill those. Okay. There's two of them, huh? Let's assign a couple of Void Walkers to one of them, and then another Void Walker to the other. Okay. Look at that. So Kevin, in case you missed it, I wrote some pet tanking code that only comes into play when you have no real off tanks in your party or raid. So if you have no real off tanks in your party or raid, warlocks become warlock pets get assigned to off tank. If you have no warlocks in your party or raid, hunter pets are assigned to off tank. Now, warlocks and hunters will not be assigned to off tanks in the same party. I didn't write it that way. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll change that. But right now, because I really want to prioritize warlock pets over hunter pets. Let's get rid of these raid targets. Or my raid target's not going away. My raid target clear isn't working. Oh, look at this guy. And my fucking warlocks are not... resetting to defensive. Yeah, see, their guy died. You just have to hit the 1 key once. The reset to defensive. I think I'm going to change it a little bit. I think I'm going to reset to defensive every single time I press the 2 key or the 3 key, a combat key, and they don't have a tank target assigned. I'll reset them to defensive because what I'm doing right now is not exactly right. I don't need any of this loot. Oh, Chris Bennett says, "Oh, dude, they messed me up." What are you talking, Chris? Oh, I guess the city's open now. I still think we should kill those guys, but we don't need to, really. But we could. But we don't need to. But we could. Oh, we are now. Oh, geez. This is going to go bad. Oh, so close. So close. If I had set up the tank targets before the battle pulled, we would have won. But I have a shaman. So everything's going to be okay, but we should not res anybody who's really close to the mobs. We're going to release. So I never really run 5-mans. Everybody knows that, right? But so it's pretty awesome, though. I mean, I know a lot of people want to see me do the 5-mans. Maybe I will do more 5-man instructional videos, stuff like that. But it'll help improve the code too. That's the thing. I mean, this is a great feature addition. And it's only because, you know, somebody who's doing 5-mans without a tank requested it. Yeah, well, you would be the person. I mean, you could be the guy to Valatorin to make a bunch of nice 5-man videos. Because, you know, you got to find a need and fill it. That could be the need that you can fill. You did one, and it was a great one. If you go to Valatorin's YouTube, you can see him show you how to do a 45-minute strat run by yourself, and it was impressive. Still one of my favorite 5-man videos I've ever seen. And it's not like he had a bunch of nice gear. He shows you how to do a 45-minute strat run with some T1 and some ZG stuff. Are we rezzed? We're rezzed. Okay, we're going to just shoot these bosses without the benefit of assigning any tanks. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, you just had the normal T1 you could buy off the auction house. You didn't even have the 3-set bonus, so I remember. And I don't even think you were getting that far in ZG at the time. Right, you'll notice if you've been using old 5-minute multiboxing that on the more recent versions of 5-minute multiboxing, your party no longer heals when you hit the 1 key. That's because people should be drinking and trading and, you know, buffing when you're hitting the 1 key. If you hold the Alt key down while you're hitting the 1 key, your party will heal. And now everybody's drinking. Nobody's really drinking. What am I saying? Keeps canceling the trade because he doesn't have enough of his own water. He always wants to have a stack. Your mages always want to have a stack of their own water. And here's the problem. My mages' bags are full. There you go. That's why he doesn't have enough of his own water, because he's trying to summon it and it's not happening. Oh dude, I almost forgot. Is it standard to have trouble one-tapping and picking up quests for every party member? I've been having to tab in and pick up quests. Well, kind of. It is standard. It comes default that way, but it doesn't have to be. That has to do with camera control. Okay? It's kind of a complicated subject, but let me see if I can break it down for you. Every time you hit the Alt 4 button, alright, in 5-minute multiboxing, it tells every single window to select camera angle 2. Right? There, you can save 5 camera angles, I think. Okay. Watch, I'm going to turn my camera on all these guys. I'm turning these guys, all their cameras are, I'm messing them up. Zooming in, blah, blah, blah. Alright, everybody's camera angle screwed up, right? Now I'm going to hit Alt 4. Now it doesn't do it for the main window, because that you need complete control of. But notice all the side windows selected camera angle 2. Now, here's how you get camera angle 2. Set your camera on your main, all right? Set your camera on your main where you like it, okay? This is where you want everybody to be facing, right? And then you save camera angle 2. You have to do that by setting a key binding. You go down to the camera key bindings, and you see there's a key binding for saving your views. Looks like there are 5 views. So notice there's a key binding for saving view 2. Okay. You want to set that key binding and use that key, save view 2. Right? Now that you have view 2 saved, it becomes a file in your WTF directory for that account. As soon as you log out, you'll see a camera file. Copy that camera file to all your other accounts. Now they all have a view 2, and it's the exact same view 2 that you just saved. So why am I asking you to do this? Because everybody's at the exact same view. Now when you walk up to a quest giver, pretend the skeleton is a quest giver. Now when you walk up to a quest giver, you can tilde click the quest giver, and everybody will tilde click the exact same point in space. And that is how you get around those problems that you're talking about. Well, the real key is that camera file, that camera angle file, okay, in your WTF directory. That has to be the exact same camera angle file for every account you ever play with. Do that, and everybody will always tilde click the same way. Now, there's always, since your main window is bigger than the other windows, there's always some parallax error in tilde clicking. So I always tilde click in the small windows. So at least all those guys get their click down. So the big window misses. All right, so you go click the big window by hand. It's not that big a deal. Yep. I have to manage these stances differently on the Voidwalkers. Definitely, I have to manage them differently, and I'm going to do that right now. I know exactly how I'm going to fix it. Look at my Voidwalkers tanking like pros. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do differently. All right, Chris Bennett, thanks for watching, man. Okay. All right. This has to be a lot smarter. I'm not going to do this here. I'm not going to do that there. I'm not even going to do that there. Maybe I'll leave that one. And right here is where I'm going to do it. I'm going to say, okay, I don't need to check unit class in lock single. I'm going to say if Voidwalker or Succubus okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say if MB my OT target, then pet passive If not MB my OT target, then pet passive. No, pet passive if I have an OT target. Okay, so this is the normal stance, and this is what I switch to if I suddenly have an OT target, an off-tank target. All right, lock multi. Lock AoE. There you go. Now they will behave. Gotta reset them and resummon. There are some good pulls coming up, so I'm going to be able to check this very, very well. How's it going over there, Eli? What do you mean leveled completely? Oh, really? If anyone's looking for a better editor than this old dog's using Search Genie, makes things much easier to understand. Yeah, I actually did download it and was actually fooling around with it, but I'm just too invested in VI, and it's obviously I move very fast in VI, and since I know where all the code is, I don't really need a lot of understanding. What's this? Arena spoils? I've never actually done this. Shroud of Arcane Mystery. Wow, that looks really good. Spell hit. Yeah, you know what? I was trying to remember what the name of that editor is, and I really got to recommend it to people because it puts all the functions on the side. You can see all the functions and just click on them to go to them. It's very clever. It understands Lua, in other words. Dennis, my coach, would probably say, that cape is better than anything you have. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't reset. So my boys are not going to tank for me. Did I reset? Pet pass. Oh. Shit. What's it saying? 4460. Pet. Attempt to call global pet passive. Oh gosh, I spelled it wrong. Okay. Whenever you see attempt to call global, you've probably misspelled something. Where am I? This place looks... Oh, I remember now. I'm just getting into the city. Kaloyan. Hey Fury, I want to play on VG again, but how do I kill Rend? I can't drink between waves. QQ. I couldn't drink between waves on Project Azeroth, which was a Lights Hope Chapel type server. It's normal not to be able to drink between waves, apparently. You're just out of luck. What you do is watch my videos on how to do Rend. I have some very good videos on what to do with Rend and how to kill him on the very hard Project Azeroth server when I had shit gear. Crap gear. So if I could kill Rend on that server with crap gear, you can definitely do it. Okay, we're gonna carefully assign some tanks. No, I didn't reset. I didn't reload my changes. Reload, reload, reload. And of course, I've got to burn another Voidwalker crystal. I'm running out of crystals, actually. I'm going to do it anyway, though. Because pet tanking does not work if your... Once again, pet tanking does not work if your pet bars are not showing. And the only way in vanilla gaming to get new pet bars is resummon. Okay, let's see if we can get this pet tanking to work much better. I don't know why I'm so disoriented. Where am I at? It's just the entrance to the city, right? Oh, I'm disoriented because normally I go up that ramp and through the arena. And you know what? My pets are not following. Okay, come on, boys. Follow, follow, follow. Okay, I just hit the one key. And honestly, the Voidwalkers should be on defensive now. I think I do need to add that line into the one key. And I gotta burn another crystal. Oh, hello. Now what are they saying? Pet passive. No, it didn't reload, it didn't reload. I'm gonna click defensive so they start tanking. And they didn't change to defensive. Weird. Okay, where did I misspell pet passive some more? Line 4460. Lock single. Lock multi. Yeah, see, I've got it misspelled there too. Why didn't you guys tell me? And then lock AoE. The passive mode. Alright, 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 alright. That's the last change. We are ready to ship this code. Yeah, the VG one, actually, you know what? Rend works the same on VG as it did on Project Azeroth and as it does on other Blizz-like servers. It's hard. I mean, it's a freaking hard fight. Do watch my Rend videos carefully, and you will rock Rend on VG. And in fact, you know what? I would go so far as to say Rend on VG is much better than Rend on Project Azeroth because it doesn't have that hot zone in the middle of the arena where if you're anywhere near it, it will restart the fight. It will summon more creatures. I don't know how to explain it, but he was really bugged out on Project Azeroth. You'll see it in the video, probably. Okay, resummon Voidwalkers. If anybody knows how to fix these pet bars without resummoning Voidwalkers, I would love to know the answer. I want to do a nice and controlled pull here. And it might be this one. I'm going to send a Void Walker there, a Void Walker there, and a Void Walker there. Now they should go out, and I'm going to shoot at this guy. They should go out and just get it done. And they are getting it done. Look at that. Now that guy should come back and be defensive, and he did. And look at that. Everything's working perfectly now. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay guys. I think it's ready. I think this cake is baked. And I need to put this out because that's pretty spectacular. Give me the guy in the distance, damn it. Look at that. Absolutely safe. Absolutely safe. Let's go kill a boss. I'm getting tired though. I want to go kill a boss, but I'm getting freaking tired. There's a boss. There's kind of a mini boss right over here. Let's go kill him. Alright. Now, if notice the pets finished in passive mode. They finished the fight in passive mode because they were off tanking the whole time. I should also do it once combat ends. I'm going to do that once combat ends just to make sure the Void Walkers get into defensive mode when combat ends. No, I had it. I did have it. See? I do have it in player regen enable. This is when combat ends. It should say, oh, you know what? I know what it is. My pet type had not been set to Void Walker. I pressed the Void Walker button, so the pet type had not. I had Void Walkers out because I clicked them by hand, but my pet type had not been set to Void Walker because of the reset, because I reset the UI, and that's exactly why they didn't wind up in defensive mode. And they're still not going into defensive mode. Even though I'm hitting the one button. The one button should put them in defensive mode, so there is something wrong. Lock setup. If Void Walker or Succubus, then pet defensive mode, else pet passive mode. So my MB default Warlock pet, what is it at? Print MB default Warlock pet Void Walker. Okay. And guess what? It says no. We have to add a print statement, I guess. I'll do that later. I don't want to burn more crystals, burn more void whatevers. Okay, we're gonna scatter these guys around a bit. In general, when you're going through these 5-man dungeons, the packs are often much more dangerous than the bosses. But when you're thinking you're going to do 5-mans with Voidwalkers, you have to make sure that your Voidwalkers can handle the bosses. And this is one part of it that we don't have squared away. Because let's go kill Pyromancer. We're not completely sure that the Voidwalkers will survive, and I don't do healing. Now, what you can do in parties, since I only use quick heal in parties, you can configure quick heal to heal pets. And we can do that right now. And then the shaman will actually heal the pets as if they were, party members. These guys are coming to help because they're in defensive. They don't care that they have a off tank. Okay, so here's how you do that. You type QHCFG. Look at this, quick heal. See pet priority? Pets will be considered equal to players. Pet priority 2. Boom. So now, when I fight this boss, those pets are going to get their butts healed off. And in fact, you'll see it right now. Because pets are being healed. Normally I have it set to don't heal pets at all. Now guys, this will only work in parties. It will not work in raid. Alright? I use my own raid healing code. Now I can add a switch that you can change and say, do you want to heal pets? Okay. And I'll add pets into the mix, but it's going to be a lot of coding. Okay, this guy has 2 ads. So this is going to be a good test. I'm going to set people a little more dramatically. So we're not all standing on top of each other. We're going to walk forward a little bit. Up arrow. Here we go. And let's watch the pet's health. Look at the shaman. He's keeping the pets up now. So I've given you everything you need to go nuts. But I can't release this yet because of that little problem I have when the error I get when people leave the party. Boink! Have to fix that first. And also have to fix the fact that yo, invite, sucker, invite. I also have to fix the fact that the Voidwalkers aren't going back into... Fiery weapon did drop. Eli, fiery weapon dropped. How about that? Let's work. worth some money. What's up, Playmate Kisses? So I'm actually just wrapping this up now. And just wanted to make sure we could do a boss with the new pet tanking. It's looking great. It's looking amazing. Two things to fix that I know of. The login error message, which appears to affect nothing, but is really annoying. And the stance that the pets stay on. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Look, I changed from party to raid because I hit the invite button too many times. So, all right. Well, let's just portal back to Kargath, and I will try to take a stab at fixing that that party login bug. That's going to be hard because that's tables, and if you watch me try to walk through the minefield of tables, you'll see a lot of acting. Oh, that was the boss that I defeated to win for the first time. He's hard, but probably not for you. Talking about Slay the Spire. Quite a good Steam game that's kind of got us hooked right now. Okay, so if I leave the party, something bad happens right away. He gets line 134 error. So this just shouldn't be happening, and I really don't know why it is. Maybe I can do this a little differently. I'm going to brute force this right now, and I'm just going to say, yeah, it's definitely confusing. I mean, when you first start writing Lua, there's a lot to like about the language, but I don't know, man. It's kind of a wonky language, and I think the only people that use Lua, the only reason Lua still exists, is because WoW used it. So, what's up? Let's Play Smitty. Let's Play Smitty, dude. Something very big is up. Pet tanking works. If you only have warlocks in your group now, you can hit the off tank button and assign those voidwalkers to tank different targets, and they do a beautiful job. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say MB class list. This is probably not going to work, but I'm going to try it. It's all about initializing this first table MB class list. That seems to be the issue. And I'm going to initialize it a different way. Equals empty table. Okay. Yeah, dude, I was just in fact, watch this stream when it gets finished. I was just running through BRD, and oh my gosh, I have to say I've got stars in my eyes about how good I did today with the code. And I wrote all of it on that treadmill right there while I was walking today. Staying in shape. Okay, let's try this again. That's a brute force initializing of those tables. I'm afraid it's not going to work anyway, though. Oh, wow. That definitely didn't work. Let's make everybody leave party, and we're going to get the error. Bam! And now the error is at 142. Table expected got nil. Bullshit, man. There is some bugginess. This is another thing about Lua. There is some strange bugginess about how tables work. I guarantee you, there is there are some bugs in how table implementation was done. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong here. Ooh, shit! I know what it is. Fuck! It's not even this. I know what it is. And we're going to use the amazing print statement to discover it. Maybe it's this. We'll see. Let's check our print statements. Oh, here we go. We got some news. Dude, I took my first group to do Oni chain in bed, and they got wrecked. They got wrecked because of no gear. No gear. Are you on VG? Okay, so see, it's nil and nil. I'm getting nil and nil in those values. Well, obviously that's not right. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, shit. Okay, I know what's going on. Else if unit in party player, then I've got it. I've got you, bug. No, I was trashing tables in Lua, and it was my bug. Of course, I reverse jinxed it. I was like trashing the interpreters, and by doing so, trapped myself. Is this happening? What's happening? Oh, I'm hitting leave. Duh. There we go. Okay. We're close. This is now 136. And it's still nil and nil. Shouldn't be... here's what I'll do. Basically, this shouldn't be running if I'm not in a party or a raid. Unit in party. Oh, everybody. I think you're always in a party. What's going on here? Run print unit in party player. This better not be true. Son of a bitch. Unit in party is useless. Unit in party is useless. So how do I figure out if unit in party... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We go to the beginning of this function and say... Alright, so what does unit in party return when you're actually in a party? We're about to find out. Because I forgot. Run unit print unit in party. Thank you, Annie. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. The table doesn't exist because the things I'm using to index the table are set to nil, and that's because I'm not in a party or a raid. Okay, now I'm in a party. Let's see what unit in party returns. 1. Okay, now I'm not in a party. Let's see what unit in party returns. 1. Not very useful. Not very fucking useful. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to say run get num party members. Num party members is 0, but if I'm actually in a party, it is greater than 0, almost certainly. Yep. All right, that's going to be our party check. So we're going to say if not unit in raid player or get num party members equals 0, then return. Don't do this shit. There you go. Fixed. Oh, motherfucker. This got so good. That's right. That's right. Yes, and that is exactly the solution I settled on. Okay, does that also fix? Okay, that one thing's fixed. MBOTs. Ooh. Oh, yeah. MBOTs will be nil. So it should be okay for MBOTs to be nil though. MB assign T. I'm going to say if not I'm focused or MBOTs if I have no off tanks, then I will return from that. I should do the same thing with CC, but that's going to be harder, I think. Let's do that. Reload that. It should be safe to hit the F4 button now that I have no MBOTs. Yes! Now, if I invite my OTs in, F4 button, it won't do anything because I don't have anything targeted, but now I can set off tanks. What car does my son have? He has, you're talking about the classic car? He has a 63 Pontiac GT Grand Prix. 63 Pontiac Grand Prix. Why do you ask? Damn it. My warlocks are not mounting up. I'm going to have to fix that. That's really beginning to annoy me. Alright. We're not going to fix that right now, though. Nope, we are going to fix that right now. Alright. I'm just going to comment out Felsteed. That's all there is to it. Reload the warlocks. Okay, this could be ready to go, guys. This could be very much ready to go. I was telling a friend about how good it looked, but couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, it's looking shiny. All right, fucking my warlocks are still walking. Why are they walking? They interrupt themselves. Why are they interrupting themselves? What's happening on Alt? What's happening on Alt 4? That must be it. Function AOE. Alright. Warlocks aren't really doing anything on the AOE thing. Let's go down to the lock AOE. Okay. Oh. Lock AOE. Lock AOE is 5. No. It's for turbo. Alright, let's see what's happening on lock turbo. It's turbo, that's the problem. Okay, so here's what you do in turbo. If is control key down, then mount up, return, end. There seems to be no problem with that. Mount up, return, end. This only does mount up. There's my set view too. Notice that. Dreadsteed. Oh, why are they? Okay, let's try that. I got rid of Dreadsteed too. Maybe my guys have Dreadsteed in this game. Do we have Dreadsteeds on VG? I don't think we do. If I click it twice really fast, they stop summoning their mount. And getting the Dreadsteed out didn't work, so damn it. Not sure what's going on there. Mount up still has an issue. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are trying to decide if this works. MBOTs, no, fuck. No, MBOTs is not initialized. Oh, that's a disaster. Alright, if not unit in raid or get party members equals 0, then return. Seems like oh, I didn't reload this guy. I didn't reload my main. I think that's a big deal. I think I was supposed to reload my main. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the issue. Have I long studied the WoW API? For about a year and a half. For about a year and a half, I've been serious about it. Alright, I gotta put a debug statement in. Init class lists. Okay, I put my little debug statement in. That's how you debug. Basically, you put print statements in your code to figure out, all right, what's working, what's not working, is it getting that far, and there you go. I mean, that's all you need to know. it did not work. So it's not going into the class list function and setting up the class lists. I know because the print statement should have landed right there. And if I type run initialize class lists, nothing gets printed. So that line I have at the beginning is bad. If not unit in array player or get num party members equals 0. Is it num group members, Ann? Did Ann like, I thought to get num party members was working fine. Let's just run that whole line of code. I'm going to say print Control V, paste it. I'm going to print get num party members equals 0. Get num party members equals 0 is nil, right? If that's nil, oh, and not or, and. Did I really make that mistake? I think I really made that mistake. I really made that mistake. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Really? All right, so what's going on now is a little more interesting. We went through the init class lists. In init class list, I'm printing out, and when I get to the end of the loop, I get a couple of nils. What is going on here? Shaman Quattro, Warlock, Brutalia, Warlock, Brutaliar, and then it's broke because my little trick of sorting through my party is not working. I developed a little party trick. So don't need that print statement anymore. Right, so I go from 1 to 5. Ooh, I wonder if... Okay. Party 1, 2, 3, 4. Party IDs are really bad. They're inconsistent, and I think they changed it in later releases. But RAID IDs are simple. RAID 1, RAID 2, RAID 3, RAID 4, all the way through RAID 40. Party IDs are not. In a party of 5, you have 4 party IDs. Party 1, Party 2, Party 3, Party 4. And guess who Party 1 is? Not you. You're actually player. You are not Party 1. Let's run print unit name Party 1. Shaman Quattro. Right? The nil after Shaman Quattro is another field in what gets returned by unit name. That field normally is was meant to be taken by realm name, but it's not modeled here. Shaman Quattro is party 1. Party 2 is Brutalia. I'm doing Alt up arrow, by the way, to go back in my say lines. Party 3 is Brutaliar. Why are we missing somebody? Who's not in the party? We're missing somebody. This is a party of 4. Because this guy, Brutaliar, never got invited. Alright. Okay, we're close here. We are so close. Okay, leave party. Okay, this is bad. We left party and we got the error 138. And the error has to do with going through the number of party members, so I'm gonna have to print those out and see why. So I'm gonna say oh, get num party members plus 1. Is that right? 1 to get, yeah, I kind of want to get num party members plus 1. Print members. You concatenate variables in Lua using the double dots. Get num. All right, man. Later on, Smitty. Okay, we have that many party members. We are printing. Oh, look. 4 comes out to be 0-0. But that's weird because somebody left the party, right? And it seems like when someone left the party, it was still for a moment, for a split second, saying num party members is still 4. So what I'll do is I'll just like block out anything that's nil. I'll say it's kind of hard. If not name and or not class, then return. Then there's no continue in Lua. That's another issue with Lua, is you can't simply continue a for loop. You can break though. I'll just break. I'll break this for loop. And that will fix everything. I keep saying that will fix everything, and keep finding new things to fix. 0. Right. And now I should have MB off tanks. Boom. No, I do not have off tanks. 6967. Wow. So num members 4. That's right. But all right, well, it's plenty tonight. I'm gonna finish this off tomorrow. Thanks to everybody for watching. I know it was a lot of technical programming stuff, but please rewatch the video if you want to see, more about. If you joined late and you wanted to see how the pet tanking works, I'm gonna get this fixed probably later on uh, tonight or tomorrow, and I'm gonna ship this tomorrow. So later, folks. I'm out of here.